Industrial hemp is obtained from the plant species Cannabis sativa and has been used worldwide to produce a variety of industrial and consumer products. The plant has a long history and has been used for its extremely strong fiber and its multitude of medicinal benefits. Items manufactured from it include food, textiles, paper, rope, fuel, oil, stock feed, medicine, and construction materials. It is thought that hemp was one of the first plants ever to be cultivated by humans. A detailed overview of the history of hemp usage can be found in my first video, link is on the screen. Now, is hemp the same as marijuana? A common misconception among those who are new to the world of cannabis is identifying hemp as marijuana and vice versa. In fact, marijuana and hemp are not the same plants, even though they come from the same parent. The difference between them is that the THC concentration, the main psychoactive component of cannabis, is significantly lower in industrial hemp than it is in marijuana. The most important difference, however, is in their usage. Whereas marijuana is consumed recreationally, the name hemp describes a non-narcotic plant grown for industrial use. You can look at hemp as the sober cousin of marijuana. The cultivation of industrial hemp in the US has been legalized through the Farm Bill in December 2018, and since then the hemp industry has grown almost tenfold in North America. As discussed in the previous video, products made from hemp fiber include paper, rope and cordage, sailcloth, carpets, canvas, and clothing. Recent investigations have revealed that with modern technologies, industrial hemp can replace paper production, plastics, fireboards, geotextiles, textile fabrics, animal bedding, industrial absorbent products, construction materials such as concrete and insulation. Many uses for the hemp oil have also been developed, including food products, animal stock feed, soap, cooking oil, paint and varnish, and cosmetics. If you haven't noticed, these are amongst the most polluting industries. Replacing basic materials such as, but not limited to, petroleum, wood, cotton, and plastics with hemp can be part, if not the solution to humanity's most urgent problems, such as deforestation, water, air, and soil pollution, as well as energy and food shortages. So, let's discuss some of the main industrial and consumer products which are or can be made from hemp. Let's also look at present and future market possibilities and the potential positive impact on pollution should the humanity realize the actual value of industrial hemp. Historically, some 2,000 plant species have been processed by humans into fiber at one time or another. Today, over 60% of world's fiber production is synthetic, mainly polyester. The rest is still plant-based, mainly cotton, wool, and flax. Hemp fiber is much stronger, cheaper to grow, and less polluting than all of these. However, less than 0.1% of the world fiber production is derived from hemp. There is good news though. According to a new market research report published by Global Market Estimates, the hemp fiber market will grow with a high CAGR value over the forecast period from 2021 to 2026. We may be at the start of a massive hemp production revival. It is not surprising because hemp fiber is extremely versatile and can be used for countless products. As a fabric, hemp has a similar texture to cotton. It provides all the warmth and softness of a natural textile, but with a superior durability. Studies suggest that hemp fabric is 4 to 5 times stronger than cotton fabric and is not susceptible to shrinkage. In addition, hemp is a lightweight fabric, extremely breathable, effectively facilitating the passage of moisture from the skin to the atmosphere. It improves with time and use, becoming softer and more lustrous. It is also easy to dye, contains no chemicals, and it's highly resistant to mold, mildew, and potentially harmful microbes. This textile is effectively ideal for clothing for all climates, while costing significantly less to produce. This may come as a surprise, but paper made from hemp was invented way before paper made from wood. Some of the most important documents in human history were written on hemp paper. The most remarkable examples are the Magna Carta, the Declaration of Independence, and some say even the first editions of the Bible. Nowadays, the paper industry is based on wood fiber. It is only since the 19th century, however, that wood became the primary paper source, and because the paper industry processes and machinery have been optimized for wood as the feedstock, production costs currently are much higher for hemp paper than for paper from wood. However, there are some astounding benefits from growing hemp compared to growing wood for paper. First, hemp grows much faster than trees. Hemp is ready for harvest every 60 to 90 days, while a tree must grow for years before it can be harvested. Yes, manufacturers may need to make massive investments to process hemp pulp for paper, However, instead of harvesting once a decade, they could harvest several times a year. Plus, the other parts of the hemp plant can be sold as a raw material for other industries. Secondly, hemp fibers are 4 to 5 times longer. This provides a higher tear resistance and makes paper produced from hemp at least 2 times more recyclable than paper produced from wood fiber. 3. Hemp has more cellulose than trees. Cellulose is the main ingredient in paper production. While wood usually has around 40 to 50% of cellulose, hemp fibers can have up to 77. Hemp has significantly less lignin. Lignin is comparable to a glue that holds the cellulose fibers together and needs to be removed using harsh chemicals. And lastly, all these benefits make hemp the most sustainable alternative to wood paper. Because hemp needs less water to grow, it does not require pesticides and herbicides, hemp heals and restores the quality of the soil, and growing hemp for paper means significantly less deforestation. Producing hemp actually absorbs CO2, while cutting down forests obviously does not. Clearly, at this point, it's simply a question of initial investment in infrastructure to make hemp paper production viable. What is your opinion on that? Who should take responsibility? Leave a comment with your thoughts on this. It's universally known nowadays that plastic pollution is a direct threat to all of humanity. We need to do something drastic about it now to counter this menace to our lives. Hemp plastic is one such product that has proven to be the perfect alternative to counter the horrors of plastic pollution. To understand just how revolutionary hemp plastic can be in our fight against climate change, we need to look at its main benefits compared to petroleum plastic. So, what exactly is hemp plastic? It is a bioplastic, a sustainable, non-toxic, biodegradable plastic made from the cellulose of hemp fibers. They can be made using the leaves, seeds, and stems of hemp plants, which are often considered byproducts for farmers growing hemp for consumption purposes. This means we already have everything we need to produce hemp plastics, and farmers have one more potential revenue stream for their crop. Hemp plastic is 100% sustainable. Compared to petroleum, it is fully biodegradable and renewable. Hemp plastic decomposes in 3 to 6 months as opposed to petroleum plastic, who can take up to 500 years. It has no toxins and chemical compounds, and it is easy to recycle. Industrial hemp plastic is better than the traditional plastic made from petroleum in virtually everything. Hemp bioplastic is much stronger and more durable, but it's also lighter and highly flexible, allowing it to be shaped into many different things that currently rely on petroleum-based plastic. So, if hemp plastic is so awesome, why isn't everything made from it? The answer is once again the lack of investment in the infrastructure needed to produce and distribute it. The good news is that the infrastructure is being built now around the world, and companies are spending a lot of money to study ways to transition away from petroleum-based plastic. There's a real opportunity here to earn a lot of money while also helping the planet. Construction is known to consume about 40% of the world's global energy, 25% of the global water, and 40% of the global resources. Modern environmental and energy-saving tendencies turn the focus to the use of plant materials, as bioaggregates in construction materials. Main applications are hemp concrete, also called hempcrete, floor slabs, and all kinds of insulation. Hempcrete is a building material, like concrete, that's made by wet mixing hemp fibers with lime-based binders and water. Hempcrete has increased tensile strength and reduced shrinkage and cracking. The woody fibers inside the hemp stalk can also be used to make hemp insulation that meets Class A fire requirements, is non-toxic, and contributes to a healthy home. Hemp insulation is a fantastic alternative to traditional insulation. That's because it adds an environmentally sustainable element to your building's carbon footprint. In fact, the material is carbon negative, so if you add enough hemp to a structure, it can even bring the footprint to zero. Also, hemp insulation is well known to cut back heating and cooling costs, sometimes up to 50%. Research shows that the market for thermal insulation products is growing fast due to the high cost of heating fuels, ecological concerns about conservation of non-renewable resources, and political strategic concerns about dependence on current sources of oil. Increasing research, developed mainly over the last 15 years, highlights innovative applications of hemp fibers for the sustainable building sector, among which hemp concrete and insulation are the most promising. This is in part because they have not only a positive ecological impact, but also a positive health impact. These materials not only lock carbon dioxide inside the building envelope, but also reduce operational energy, like air conditioning, what makes hempcrete and hemp insulation extremely interesting to combat climate change.